my hardest job I have ever done, could it be, how can I term it in English?
You can say it in your language.
Fish.
You're a fisherman.
No.
Fishmonger.
Fishmonger, yeah, thank you.
Welcome back to yet another exciting episode of the Bullish Banter. And once again, I am your host today. Not Rufus, not Jesse. Nonetheless, I would like to remind you that FX offers a variety of services within all the locations: Uganda, Tanzania, and Kenya. From free classes to free webinars. And once again, Tanzania and Uganda, you have the trade talk happening on every last Saturday of the month. So come through and get to interact. Nonetheless, let's get right into today's episode. With me today, I have a very amazing gentleman. He is known as the Giant of Forex in Uganda, or the Forex Giant in Uganda. Forex Giant, say hello to the people and give us a brief introduction of who you are.
Hey everyone watching us at the Bullish Banter, right?
The Bullish Banter it is.
I go by the names of Forex Giant, a trader, an entrepreneur, a mentor in Uganda.
And a chartered market
technician.
Amazing. So for context, many people have been seeing you online and they have no idea of how you got to where you are. They get inspired by you. I know you've had a movement, a wave that you inspired. We shall get into that later on. But just for context, give us a brief overview of how you learn about trading and how you get into the market and how your breakthrough comes about in the Forex markets.
All right. I came to learn about the market, was it 2022? Yeah. I came to the market 2022. I got to know about some mentor in Kampala, yeah? I remember that was my first time seeing you. You remember?
Yeah, I
first
remember
meet
that.
up at Urban Center, yeah. That's when I came to know the market because you saw me. I came when I was green. I didn't have any account. I didn't have, could it be even MetaTrader? You helped me with everything, opening up an account, depositing money and stuff, yeah? That was my first time knowing trading. I had seen it online before, but like if you see online, if you see trading the first time online, you may not if you can see how are these sticks moving, like
how do they even work?
Yeah, how do they even work? Yeah, I got inspired. Then I came through to know. I took that initiative from Masaka.
I remember the journey.
To come here in Kampala to know how does this thing work, because I personally, I don't want to hustle. Like I wasn't born a hustler. Yeah. And I think my hardest job I have ever done, could it be, how can I term it in English?
You can say it in your language. You're a fisherman.
No.
Fishmonger.
Fishmonger, yeah, thank you. But using high capital.
Oh, so you are a fishmonger but an investor in the fish market.
I was an investor.
Interesting.
I have ever done, but yeah. I was a health worker. I once did betting and I was a bet star.
You were even a cameraman, by the way.
Yeah, I was even a cameraman.
What haven't you done?
Yeah, I came to know trading 2022, but it didn't work out. And I was still in school, then I gave up on it. Then I went back to my books. On finishing my studies 2022 December, I got a job in some medical center in Chengera.
So you are a medical personnel by profession?
Yeah, I'm a medical personnel by profession. A diploma holder in laboratory science. I came into trading, I think it was around March, because I got my job in January. I started working with that medical center, but it was a hardship getting around $50 a month.
And $50 a month.
Allowance of 5,000 Ugandan shillings. That is around
$1.5 per day?
Per day, yeah. Lunch and stuff. It was a hustle. Like it was really hard. The life was very hard and the accommodation wasn't okay. Have you ever heard of bed space?
So you're living in a bed space?
The other one wasn't even a bed space. I can't even term it. Mattress space. Because in the bed space, you usually have beds.
Of course.
The other one, we had a mattress only. It was a mattress space. I started learning about trading in March.
In March?
Yeah, in
so
March.
Now,
I start off my learning, putting in the effort. Yeah, effort.
So allow me to ask this. What pushed you at that moment? Because in 2022, we made, and you said it didn't work out after some time. Then you left the markets. But what triggered you to come back into the markets?
I have a very long story behind that. I have a very long story that at a certain point in 2022, around October, there were some Ponzi schemes. Was it
BOQ? I do remember that.
Yeah, they scammed us because I'm even an event organizer. On scamming us, I resorted to betting. When I started betting, I think I'm one of the luckiest people who have ever did betting. Bro, I did betting for a month, but on my 29th day, I won 21 million.
21 million from betting, sports betting.
Sports betting.
All right,
I won
interesting.
21 million from around, was it 110,000?
So you betted 110,000.
Yeah, around $30. Then I got crazy 6,000 stuff. Then when I got that money, I had capital. For me, I came to trading when I wasn't poor. Though I was doing the medical center and stuff, I was just doing it because, you know, it is very hard to start up something when you don't have a backup. Like trading needs backup. I started trading when I was working in my medical center, but I had some equity on me, like I had money on me because
so you could fund your account and the job would cater for other things.
Thank you. You get. I would fund my account and stuff and do other stuff. That's why it wasn't even very hard for me to make my breakthrough in trading, because I was not so much into emotions. Because I had some money on me, then I was just coping up with the situation, know how can I multiply this money. But unfortunately, all that money,
it went. So now, at this point when you're coming back in March to learn more about our trading, did you get mentored, or did you just go back and self-teach yourself?
At that particular point, you know, you guys out there watching us, be very, very vigilant and very, very critical when you're choosing a mentor, when you're choosing a trading group, when you're starting your trading journey, because scammers are a lot in the industry. Given that the industry is very high growth, many people are using it as an opportunity to scam others. My brother, we were scammed in a group. You get it?
Like
we were scammed
with your friends?
Yeah, we had a group of around 25 people. There was a man who was flipping them accounts like crazy, bro. He was a very good flipper. And if that man brought that skill on a real account, my brother, our GDP of Uganda would be very high. The man was making crazy money, Emma. Like, in the morning, he starts an account with 1 million Ugandan shillings. By evening, he's having 500 million Ugandan shillings. He was very good in trading.
So that's what drew you to him, the flips and the money.
Flips the money, then we solicited money. He first scammed me as me personally.
As an individual?
Yeah, as an individual. Then he brought us in a group, then he even took the money. But that was, by the way, me focusing on my journey to trading, I was like, why don't I do this thing myself? Because if someone has done it before, meaning me too, I can do it. Because we were in schools and these guys were teaching us about stuff. My brother, if you have been into medicine, you know what pharmacology means, you know what microbiology means. Yeah, I had done that before, microbiology, pharmacology. They are very hard stuff. I said, I can do this trading because I was on the internet seeing people, the likes of Vidola, the likes of One Patrick, likes of Extreme. I was seeing them, I was like, I can do this thing myself. Then we were with a group of some people who are called Black Child FX, then we started it ourselves. You get, it was, how can I time it, like, kwalinga kwasiza wamu.
Your small company.
Yeah, it's our
help each other.
Yeah, help each other. Coordinate this and this. If you know fair value gap, I go read order block. You come explain to me the fair value gap, I explain to you the order block.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, meaning I wasn't mentored by anyone.
So you guys just helped yourselves to learn what you're learning.
Yeah.
Now, you've spoken about something interesting, order blocks and fair value gaps and all these things. Yeah. Now, in the trading space internationally, there is this whole idea, for example, from last year's Robbins Cup, there is a man known as Michael, or the ICT trader. Yeah. Now, from what you've said, I understand you trade ICT. Yeah. Right? So now there is this debate of whether ICT is the holy grail or whether it's not the holy grail. Or on the other hand, does a strategy or a concept really even matter for someone to be profitable?
I don't think it matters.
You don't believe it matters?
Yeah, I don't think it matters because over time, people fail to differentiate between a concept and
a strategy. Very true. Very true.
Because they don't know that there is a concept behind every strategy. And literally you can build your own strategy. Based on a concept, thank you. That you can go gather very many concepts, combine them, compile them, and you build your own strategy and strategy. Because due to the concepts I'm using, but I don't think we personally have that brain to develop a concept. Some people have done it, and some are doing it, but I don't think on our level of trading and knowing, we can develop a concept. But you can use the existing concepts to get something out of the market or to build our strategies. Yeah. And I think people out there, I think strategy contributes 30% and 70% is psychology for someone to be profitable.
All right. So I'll ask you something about psychology later on. But back to your journey, right? So we had a time or period in Uganda particularly where there was a wave of traders, and one of the most amazing waves we've seen. And you happen to be one of the people at the front head of it. So now, aren't you take us through a thought process? Where does the idea come in, and how do you go ahead to do this? Because I believe you used to have some of the biggest seminars in Uganda, right? And on top of that, and give us a brief overview of how your breakthrough in Forex was and what inspires you to go and lead this movement and inspire all these people you do.
All right. For me, from childhood, I wanted to be a celebrity. From childhood, that's why I tried very many things, playing football, managing artists, doing events.
You've managed artists?
I managed artists before my brother. Hey,
You're a promoter or
I'm a promoter.
Interesting.
Yeah,
right.
and an event manager, staff. I tried very many things in my initial stages of growth and youth. But when I started Forex trading, I saw that Forex trading was on a rise in Uganda. I thought of how I could break through. It just came to my mind that most of the youths are on TikTok. I opened a TikTok account and started pushing my work through TikTok. Fortunately, because luck is preparedness plus.
Plus luck.
Plus
I don't know.
opportunity.
Opportunity.
Yeah.
Sorry, preparedness plus opportunity.
Yeah.
Opportunity. Yeah, true.
Starting pushing my work, then I came into contact with FX Pesa. Yeah, FX Pesa I think is when everything came to a blast.
When it blows up, right?
Yeah, everything blows up when FX Pesa came to Uganda.
So, in simple terms, in your perspective, your blow up was partly attributed to what they offered you, right?
Yeah, true.
That's
Because
interesting.
I was doing great, but FX Pesa spiced up things and could I say FX Pesa sped up the process. Like if I was to take 2 years to break through, I took a year because of FX Pesa.
Right.
Yeah.
So on top of that, I would like to remind you who's watching, FX Pesa does offer free classes and all that. And of course, we organize regular seminars. And why do I say that? Because I believe you used to organize the most seminars in Uganda. Yeah, you've traveled all around Uganda organizing these seminars, right? Interesting. So tell us about your breakthrough. How was it like? What kind of figures did you see that? And you're like, you know what? Now I've made it. There's no going back behind.
All right. I think I was at a medical center because I was a health worker. But when I was starting Forex trading, I told those nurses there and my boss actually, the doctor, Rajapon Yosef, if you're watching, my brother. I told him I'm going to be rich. I'm not going to work here for 6 months.
You scared your boss first?
Like I told them, we are seated in a pharmacy and I was like, you guys, that I bought a laptop and an iPhone because I had the mentality that trading needs an iPhone. I first bought an iPhone and a laptop before even starting up. That's why I told you I started when I'm having money. I was prepared for the industry. Luck is what?
Preparedness plus opportunity.
Yeah, nothing just knocked me. I was prepared for everything. I start up. I told them, you guys, I will get rich one day. I'm not going to work here for 6 months. Then I started doing mentorship, but on a low pace. And like those people saw me building up everything because at times you can clearly even see. Right now you see in my inbox, 4,000 messages, 1,000 messages. Like I'm literally busy. I'm literally very busy when I'm on my phone. And I think that is one of what contributed to my failure of the medicals. Good, because I was so much onto my phone. Yeah. I told them, you guys, I'm going to become rich. I'm going to make money through trading. They were like, wow, that stuff is a scam. You get, that they can't, because everyone who is starting has faced that criticism before. Yeah, it was one day, it was one beautiful day. I deposited something like $150. $150. Yeah. I started trading in the morning, GBP USD. They came in, GBP news. It was still at 9 a.m. Ugandan time. I think it went about to 24 million Ugandan shillings. Yeah.
6,000, 7,000?
7,500.
From $150?
$150.
To $7,000?
Yeah. I didn't withdraw the money.
You didn't withdraw?
Yeah, I didn't withdraw. I traded, I think in about 2 days, it was around 140 million Ugandan shillings.
140 million.
Around 27 US
dollars. 27,000 US dollars.
Yeah. Then what blew up my mind, I got a call that brokered me, was like, I want to meet up, but I wasn't interested in the brokerage stuff because I didn't know it was working and stuff. Yeah, I was like, they are scammers and stuff. I didn't give them time. You get? I continued. Now that is when those people knew that. They were like, have you made that 100 million plus? I was like, I am having the man on my phone. They were like, it can't
be withdrawn.
I withdrew some 10 million. The other 10 million came. They were like, I went and got the cash. They were like, this man has made it. Because where I was working, I think the money's capital was around 30 million.
In the pharmacy you were working?
In the pharmacy I was working, they were using around 30 million.
$10,000.
$10,000.
Almost $10,000.
Almost $10,000. Now I had 27,000.
You had twice the business you're working for.
You don't know what happened.
That's their business.
I didn't buy the business, but I paid them salary. The workers. I was like, how much are you getting? 400,000 Ugandan shillings get. How much are you getting? I'm getting 500 get.
Did you pay your boss as well?
He wasn't around. He wasn't at the facility at the moment. But if he was there, I would have given him some money.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. I think that was the money I made in Forex trading that blew up my mind.
So that's when you knew that you've taken off?
Yeah.
All right. So now you spoke about turning $150 to $7,000 within a session. Now that makes me curious. Your style of trading, right? So are you an intraday trader, a scalper? And on the other hand, how do you handle risk? Because taking $150 to $7,000 in a short period of time must be very risky.
Yeah. Emma, initially I told you that psychology 70%, strategy 30%. Yeah. By then, I don't think I was too good. I was a very good trader by then. I don't think I was a very good trader because that was around May. Yeah, it was
May
around
2023.
2023 May. Meaning I was 2 months into trading. That period, even if you have read, it doesn't make you a very good trader. But as I told you initially, I had the money and I was used to risk because I've been a risk taker. My brother, what I haven't told you, even when I was doing the fish mongering business, I was dealing in illegal fish, the undersize. Meaning, I've been a risk taker from day one. I was an event promoter. My brother organizing these events and concerts, it is a very risky business. And I was
you could lose your money if the event doesn't bring up people.
Literally, because you can organize a concert and it trains. It trains, you get, yeah. Like it is, I was used to probability businesses. Now, me coming to trading, my psychology was a bit okay to losing money. Like my emotions were not attached so much to money. Like I had seen it all before because my brother, at once a moment, I lost over, and I was 18 years. I lost over 40 million Ugandan shillings in fish.
$10,000?
Yeah.
In a business?
In fish.
In fish alone?
Business, like because there were the could I say the anti-smuggling unit?
Oh,
yeah, on the Lake Victoria.
Guys who patrol the water bodies and all that, yeah.
Those, man, I don't want to cry. But those men, like, made me go broke, like, real broke. That's when I left the fish business. I was like, I can't do it anymore. I will dress everything. Now, me coming to trading, my emotions were not attached to the money because I had seen it all.
You had built a strong psychology, right?
Yeah, thank you.
So now,
me flipping that money to that money, I had built up I had got a very good concept and I was testing out my new strategy. Fortunately,
so you were just testing it out?
Yeah, I was testing out my new strategy. Fortunately, it worked because I came into GBPUSD very early in the morning when I had just woke up around 7. News found me in, and yeah, because I literally believe that news doesn't change direction, it just brings in momentum.
It doesn't change direction, it brings in momentum.
Luckily,
so it either takes you to stop loss or to take profit.
The momentum found me in the right direction.
All right, so now there's someone out there watching, and they are coming into the markets, right? And they may not want to take the risks you took, or they don't have that psychology. What do you think they can do to build that kind of psychology and that kind of mindset? I really think it comes with time and experience. Yeah. The more you're into the market, the more you become experienced and the more you're building that psychology. And one thing about trading, if you see it, you can't be unseen. Once seen, can be unseen.
Yeah, true. That someone out there starting up with trading, this is not an overnight scheme.
It's not a get-rich-quick scheme.
Yeah, you have to build it day by day, and it takes.
But you know what is that now there's someone who's watching you and they're probably, this guy took 2 months. Yeah. He took 2 months. And they also have the mindset of, it may take me 2 months. What would you want to tell them? Because some of them will want to, based on your story, to account their blessings on that.
Oh. One thing I know about real life, this is not about even Forex, Emma. Never count your blessings on someone else.
Someone's success.
Yeah, and someone's success. True. Yeah. Me, when Emma, you buy a car, I can never say that Emma has been in the market for 2 months, has bought a car, while me has been into Forex for 3 years, as you get it. you don't know what Emma does. You don't know. You don't, because there is some quote which I like a lot. Like, behind every success, there is a story which you haven't have survived.
Every successful story.
Yeah.
There is a story that you.
Behind which, how could be?
Behind every successful story.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the quote, but it's not coming.
It's a very interesting story that kantugambe mu Uganda. Inti buli oli olabanga ayiseewo, like oli olabanga ali successful. Emabega waliwo bye yayitamu oswanga by'otandi survivinze.
There is an untold story you wouldn't have survived.
Thank you.
Behind every successful story, there is an untold story that you wouldn't have survived.
That is it with Forex trading.
Very, very interesting.
Because someone out there may see you successful, but you have tried very many times than they have failed.
Oh,
You get it?
wow.
Like the times I've tried doing it, like the times I've tried flipping accounts, there are very many times than you have failed.
Somebody might have not survived them actually. The losses you took, the things you went through.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So now, I'll ask you a very, very simple question. It's a very funny question. In your own words,
Yeah.
what is Forex trading?
What is Forex trading? Forex trading is currency trading.
Currency trading.
And this is the buying and selling of currencies, but we are literally doing it online. You get? And you'll find, how can I term it? Like, you'll find, like many people out there know Forex trading, like in their
own
perspective, yeah. But me, I take Forex trading, this is currency trading, and we are literally, this is an exchange of currencies. You are buying the other one, I'm selling the other one.
And selling the other. It's an exchange of currency.
Exchange of currencies, yeah. But we are doing it online, fortunately.
Interesting. Thank you for the submission. So in conclusion, I would like you to give me an overview of where you see East Africa and yourself in the next 5 years as far as the trading space is concerned.
Me in the next 5 years?
Yes. And then of course East Africa as a large.
All right. I'll start with East Africa. Fortunately, the industry is growing on a high speed in East Africa at large. Kenya, Tanzania, and here in Uganda. We are at a very high growth, but the industry is dying in one way or the other. Basically here in Uganda, yeah, it is dying, but at on initial stages, which is not okay, like which is going to cost us.
So how do we save it?
Saving it may not be, how could I say it? Saving it may not be on personal basis. And this could need a collective effort of most of the Forex traders. Like most of the traders who have made it out there may need a collective effort to save the industry. You get it? But if you're on a personal journey, you will grow. Like if you come to know that trading is a personal journey, you will grow you as yourself. Leave alone others, leave alone the background, leave alone the media noise. Focus on yourself and you grow. That's what I can tell you. Now me, in 5 years, my brother.
You can't fathom it. You can't imagine it.
I can't imagine it because I've just made 2 years in trading on 8th of March. Now, right today, this is April. I just made 2 years on 8th of March, yeah. And I think, but everything goes back to God, I think.
Yeah. You have to give him the
by
grace.
God's grace, if we are alive and kicking, I think we shall be very, very, very far. Very, very far.
All right, thank you very much. So as you've heard the man himself, that was Forex Giant Uganda, a chartered market technician, giving you his thoughts and his story. I hope you've learned something also from it. Nonetheless, I'm Emma, your host for today's Bullish Banter episode. And in conclusion, I would like to remind you that don't forget to check out the links below for the various opportunities offered to you by FX Pesa. And if you liked the podcast, don't forget to subscribe. You can listen to it on Spotify. Don't forget to share and check out the variety of videos we have for you on the channel. See you next time.